ready now?
We are ready.
Oh man, boy, I got so much. Oh boy, we need a desk. We need a desk. We got a box.
Like Regis and Kathy Lee.
Oh, I love that, boy. That's what we got heat. Okay, what's going on? Because they replaced. I think he's back now. They replaced
Strahan?
Yeah, didn't they? I think they
Yeah,
replaced.
Strahan said he's never coming back.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, have they replaced him yet? No, or not?
They're alternating.
I thought he'd be pretty good. Well, hold on, we got a lot to talk about, boy. A lot going on here. This is our, because we were out of town last week. This is our Donnie Marie Christmas. This is our Donnie Marie pre-Christmas, after Christmas show.
Yeah.
But okay.
Holiday season is no new TV or anything.
Holiday
like
season. Well,
yeah.
they done took Christmas music off the radio and everything. What the heck's up with that?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this your Dad, you know work, you wrestle. You hear the claps. You know what time it is, George. How was your weekend?
Boy, unbelievable. I want to be the first to wish you a merry Christmas. I know this is after Christmas, people. We don't want no letters and no comments. We know this is after Christmas, but we didn't have a show before Christmas. So this is the Donnie and Marie Christmas special. Boy,
See, this is the time where saying Happy Holidays works because it just encompasses everything.
It sums them all. Halloween, Thanksgiving, we get them all.
It just loops from Thanksgiving all the way to the end of the New Year.
Boy, there is so much going on right here at Dad You Don't Work You Studios. I'm glad they let us know about a lot of it. A lot of stuff going on here, Bullet. Of course, we didn't mean to fool you people. It is after Christmas here, but we too are still in the Christmas spirit. Bullet, I had this last week. Okay, Bullet. I got a lot to break out tonight, Bullet. But this is a gift from me to you. Okay.
Okay.
And everybody will know the connection that knows me all through history, Bullet. And I'm gonna tie all this together. Okay. All through history, two great people. Okay, were together. Has nothing to do with me and you, but they actually made a lot of money together. They had hit shows or hit groups. And one of them always, you can check back in history, people, you can Google it. One of them always got cocky and thought they were bigger than the other one and broke away. Okay?
I'm sorry I missed last week. If that's where you're headed, let me stop you on this long journey. I'm sorry.
But, and everyone knows up here, if we pan to my left, well, we can't pan, but up to my left is our famous duel, of course, Sonny and Cher, who started out together, ate pork and beans together, did all the little honky tonks together. They finally made it big, and then one of them got a little cocky, and it broke it up, which that's always broke my heart. And so, what I'm going to present to you, Bullet, right along those same themes here in the festive spirit of Christmas. But you know, I've been looking for this for a long time, boy, and I had my people out there searching, boy, and we found it, boy. This is Captain and Tennille. Look here, boy. Songs of Joy. Captain and Tennille. This will be presented to you as a.
And we need to show the back, because on the back of a tandem bicycle. Here, let me zoom in for everybody. On the back of a tandem bicycle, Captain and Tennille.
Boy, and listen to me. This will be presented, of course, to you as a gift, okay, for you to present here at our own Dad You Don't Work You Studios. Boy, I just dropped, hold on, excuse me, I'm sorry, folks. Okay, that wasn't sound effects. They thought it was sound effects. Boy, it wasn't sound effects. I got a lot going on over here. Okay, the budget won't allow no table.
That wasn't your knee falling apart.
That wasn't my knee. That was me taking a bump. But this will be presented here to be displayed for all infinity, which means forever, folks, for y'all people.
Or at least through the Infinity War from Marvel.
Yes, exactly.
At least after that saga has concluded.
A lot of happy pictures in here. Of course, they started out same storyline, Bullet. They starved together, been married about 100 years. They get together, get a couple albums, Bullet. Okay, this is pretty big, and then. I'm not quite sure which one got cocky. I think one of them did, but then they came back, and I don't know how it's going now.
Well, maybe Captain wanted to be an admiral. I don't know. Maybe Tennille wanted to use her last name. I don't know how.
This is the one that I have been searching for. I want to thank my inside people for locating this for me And of course, this will be given to you after the show, and we will display it here with the other teams that got cocky and left each other. That because we're not going to do that. I know where my listen. I don't just know where my bread's buttered. I know where the loaf is cooked. You understand what I'm saying? I know where the loaf is baked. Is what I'm talking about. So anyway, Captain and Tennille, they had it good, Bullet. I'm just tell you right now. Songs of Joy. But anyway, we're not going to do that. Okay, so that's yours. Okay, real quick, Bullet. Another thing, real quick before we get. I got enough, folks. It is here. Okay, I just got to show you a quick plug real quick. I'll probably fall over. I can use this as the table. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3rd edition. I'm very, very honored, very, very proud to be included in the 3rd edition WWE Encyclopedia in there with
a picture.
And a picture.
Thank you. You've been there for a write-up, but
yes.
You haven't been in with the picture as
folks,
well.
It took me 3 editions. No longer do I have to tell anybody that I'm like George Wells or George Animal Steel. I actually have a picture to match my little write-up, okay? And, folks, none of this is a work, Bullet. All these people in here, especially that one chick that like sung the national anthem, this is credibility reading, folks, is what we're getting at here. Folks, this sucker's huge. Yeah. Bullet, I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm still paying on it. You ever say? I had to take out a loan out, Bullet. They had to check credit for me to get this thing. I am just honored, Bullet. It may not mean nothing to a lot of people, but Bullet, years from now, when I'm in that nursing home and I'm trying to impress, them old ladies to to share their checkers with me or let me play shuffleboard or whatever, I will be able to show them this.
You might not be able to show them, but you'll be able to go page 126.
That's exactly right. Not that I got it memorized, but 126 is in here, boy. So if you get a chance, folks, please check it out. It is a beautiful book, cost a fortune, but I'm just very, very happy, Bullet. That is just another step as I, just a little accolade in my career. Accolade sounded like one of them guys that was in there, Bullet. But it just means a lot to me, as you know, Bullet. You think of all the wrestlers that they could have put in there, but I can't say that because they did put all the wrestlers in there, Bullet. So anyway, a lot going on, Bullet. I want to thank everybody. Christmas night, I want to give a quick little shout out to my buddy Ray and Scrappy and Pop and all of them there in New Millennium Championship Wrestling, Kings Mountain. They've been running that place for years. They did a free show. This past Christmas night, had over 200 people in this place. Got to use some of our students. Boy, it was just a fun time. Crockett back in the day, world class. Christmas night was a big night of wrestling. A lot of people that don't understand that think I cannot believe. I even heard it this Christmas. You mean you're going to you're wrestling on Christmas?
It's still a big deal.
Yes.
There's a couple lonely Christmases that I went with you.
I love that.
A lot of times I did that.
At Thanksgiving, a lot of big nights.
Yes.
So a lot of stuff going on, Bullet. Before we hit our Idiot of the Week, we are, of course, this week, Bullet, I'll be headed back down to South Carolina, a rematch of the kid down there for Jay Eagles that punched me in the face and blacked my eye. So I'm gonna go and black my eye before I get there, and then I'll beat him to it, Bullet. So and you'll be leaving here just a little bit to go open mic.
It'll be open mic, yeah, and then I got a big comedy show this Thursday. Dave Stone, who is a very well-renowned comedian, at least to me because I'm a fan of his podcast, The Boogie Monster, that he does with Kyle Kinane. He'll be at the Evening Muse this Thursday. Show will be 8 p.m. at the Evening Muse. Tickets are only $10. I'm telling you, like from the stuff that I've seen of him online, he's also the voice of Adult Swim's Squidbillies. Just all-around funny guy. Very, 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 very underrated guy, and worth every dime you're going to pay to come see him this Thursday. And I'll be emceeing the show, so I'm very excited just to be a part of the show because Dave Stone's going to be there. Now,
Bullet, the real big name comedian that was just in town, and I know I can't say his name right, Jeff. Not Duran or whatever. What is his name? Big comedian. He was just in town a couple weeks ago. Gosh, it slipped my mind. But I have saw his T-shirts. I'll think of it when we get off the air.
Okay.
Bullet. Not Duncan, but it was like Jeff or somebody.
Dunham?
But yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh.
With a puppet?
Yes, Bullet.
That's kind of racist?
Yes, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Well, but is he a big name? I don't know. I know I've seen like 4 of his T-shirts just like on people. like walking for his gimmicks that he sold. I mean, I didn't know if he's that big.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Big deal.
If he walked in here, he may be an encyclopedia. I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
I just know because it just clicked at me because once you see one T-shirt, you don't pay attention, but then like the next day you see another one of his tour T-shirts or something. I ended up seeing 4 of them, so I didn't know if people maybe just want to buy shirts. I don't know, but anyway, I know I saw 4 of his T-shirts.
Yeah, because you got Ahmed the puppet and all that stuff. Which he did that in the Middle East. I got to give him credit for that. Or he tried to, and they wouldn't let him. So yeah, there's that concern with it too.
Before we jump into please bring that up here if you don't mind, folks. We do want to wish everybody. I want to make sure we wish everybody a happy New Year because it will actually be. Will it be 2000? Yeah, it'll be 2017 before we come back, right? Or no?
It'll be next year.
So a whole next year, Bullet. We survived another year. Well, we ain't done yet. So, Bullet. But just we're closing in on that famous number that I'm very, very proud of, Bullet. That you would actually put up with.
Which I did the math. I don't want. We're not speculating. We're not going to spoil anything. But I'm going to let you know that if I don't miss any days, if I don't have any last minute like comedy bookings coming up, that special number will come up on probably. Maybe if things go right, the happiest Tuesday you'll have this entire year.
Oh, Bullet.
If you're catching my drift, you're picking up when I'm laying down.
Oh yes.
But we're not going to say a word. We're not going to say Beetlejuice's name 3 times and ruin it all. But things are looking very good.
We're referring to the Art Bar Beetlejuice, I hope. I loved him as Beetlejuice.
Don't say it for a third time, okay?
I love that. I love that. Folks, a lot of stuff going on. Everybody knows here. Real quick one, Idiot of the Week. It's almost become comical. You know, we always get videos sent to us of wrestlers, wanting us to maybe put them to work, which is always comical to me because I say, why don't you put us to work? But anyway, so we're always getting, there's nothing wrong with this. They'll send me pictures or whatever. Well, this past week, Bullet, believe it or not, this tag team is not even going to be in the idiot bag. It's what happened afterwards. But anyway, so I get a lot of messages, I get a lot of emails, whatever, texts, or what people say, can you just take a look at me? Usually, Bullet, it is that they have give somebody else money, and the guy took their money, and then they have nowhere to go, so they want to come to us. But anyway, which everybody knows, I can save everybody a lot of trouble, is the best way to get, for me to love you, is just come and help set the ring up. But that's like, nobody understands that, Bullet. But anyway, so, Bullet, here's what I'm getting at real quick. This tag team, Bullet, called the Hounds of Hades. Okay, this was their name, and so they did send me this very, very bad quality picture, but it was bad. That's all I'm saying, Bullet. And so they call themselves the Hounds of Hades. First of all, they had that gothic, as you know where I'm going with this. They had that gothic look. These particular tag team even had horns, and they're standing there. And generic looking fire behind them, and it I mean, come on, folks. But anyway, they had a pitchfork. Okay, they send it to me. This is what this key word is. They send it to me, of all people. So, and they basically was real nice, but they said that we have been working in singles, but they're focusing on tag teams. Okay, so I just basically told them and told the world, you probably need to go focus somewhere else. I just don't want that around me. I mean, you just know what I'm saying.
I would love to, if they're like, gosh, we need to get up with this George South guy. Do you got an email on him? No, let's just look up georgesouth.com. Okay, yeah, sure. Hounds of Hades, number 1. Yeah, I just typed in georgesouth.com. Yeah, I can't find an email address, but I'm finding all these Bible verses on here. I'm trying to figure out a way to email. Yeah, I know Hounds of Hades, number 1. It's really hard to find an email here because I can't get through all the Bible verses that are on georgesouth.com. Gosh, how are we gonna start this email? Hounds of Hades, number 2?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you ever find this email through all these Bible verses on georgesouth.com, then we'll figure it out then.
Oh, boy, I love you. And listen, that's what I'm getting at real quick. So when I made my comment, again, here's a lady that I have never met in my life. Her name is Kylie. She gets on there. Well, I don't get it. That's what her first post was. She said, well, I don't get it. Because I basically just said I told them to focus somewhere else. She said, well, I don't get it. So me, still being calm, Bullet, And I should just send it to you and let you answer it for me. But anyway, so I just said, Kylie, I said, it's just kind of funny to me that they, of all the people in the world, that I even told her, I said, I'm a Christian, I love the Lord. I said, it's just kind of funny that they would send that to me. And then Miss Kylie said, I think she broke her keyboard. She said, George, I love you and I support you, but you have went too far. That's what she said. She said, you have just went off the deep end, which we knew that a long time ago. And she said, you need help. Now, two grown men running around calling themselves hounds of Hades don't need the help. But I do. And eventually, you know what it got to is I had to use my favorite button where I just had to get rid of her. I just had to block her. Not what Facebook says, do you just need a break from her? Mm-hmm. I asked Facebook when they asked me that, I said, am I stuttering? I said, no, I don't need a break from her. Okay? So, Kylie, not Hounds of Hades, they may still stand a chance. Okay? But the whole, the comicalness of this is what you just summed up for me, that the Hounds of Hades sent that to me. Okay? Now, poor Kylie never got it, which that's not why Kylie's going in the idiot bag. Why she's going in the idiot bag is automatically, if she supports me, I don't need her. I don't need support. I'd rather have my enemies support me.
I'm sure Kylie's like, listen, founder of Exodus Wrestling Alliance, which is a Bible book in the Bible. I don't understand why all this trouble with a tag team called Hounds of Hades.
Boy, listen, she didn't get it. And then, of course, she said, what everybody always tells me, that I need help. I went way too far. This is her last straw, whatever. But she loves and supports me. So, Kylie will go in the idiot bag. And it really ain't that hard, folks. But I'm telling you, Bullet, it's
not that you're trying to censor her.
No, exactly.
You've never done that with me, with my character of the Man Scout,
right.
Which I've done a couple of places, and there's a couple of people that, very rare cases where people are going to get very angry. But when you deal with religion in the South, it is an issue, especially a lot of the shows that you happen to do. So if you were to give them a date, you can't give them a date for certain, like a good percentage of ones.
That's exactly right.
Anyways, so already the amount of dates you could give them, even to begin with, are going to be far less because of the clientele who you service and the people and the dates that you do.
That's exactly
I remember being on a couple of shows of yours where I wasn't allowed to wrestle without a shirt on.
Yeah, that's right.
There were several events where I had to wear wrestling trunks, and that was even questionable.
Yes.
And I had to wear a T-shirt on. I couldn't wrestle with the shirt off. Even with wrestling trunks on. So there are people that feel and believe that way, and you can think whatever you want with that. But at the same time, too, bringing somebody the Hounds of Hades. Into places like that and environments like that,
that's right.
Probably not a good call, and probably not going to get a return booking.
That's exactly right.
And at the same time, too, if you can't give them that type of work, and you can only use them sporadically, they're not going to be at the forefront of your mind. You want somebody that's transferable and be able to put in multiple places.
In any work. Very good.
And in the same sense that Brian Regan can play any room on this planet.
Yes.
That's
exactly
right.
There
wasn't a lot of places that Bill Hicks could play that were successful. Nonetheless, both great artists and masters of their craft. But the idea of working clean and being transferable to as many people as possible, therefore you're going to play in front of as many people as possible. So don't get mad when somebody sells out an arena and they're doing so well.
That's right.
Don't get mad at the Jeff Dunhams when they're selling lots of tickets. Don't get mad at the Larry Cable guy because they're hitting on something.
Yes,
you know what
that's
I'm saying?
right.
Because they can transfer to a large amount of people.
Yes.
It's the idea of being able to get in different venues and doing very watered down stuff as opposed to being very nuanced, specific, precise, and maybe even controversial.
That's exactly right. And the biggest thing to sum all this up, so no guy get out here, is you're thinking it's like me. If we've got 40 students, boy, if we wanted some like Satan worshipers with no gear, we would just make our own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of Hounds of Hades here. We don't need outside Hounds of Hades, Bullet. But thank you so much. Kylie will go in the idiot bag this week. Folks, and even our Brutal Bob Evans even made a good comment. He said to the people that was responding to this post of mine that you better know your audience. I mean, in other words, you're not going to. But here's my thing, real quick, Bullet. It's a way you present yourself. That I don't even know their real name. Could care less about their real name. But that just doesn't even if I was part of Kevin Sullivan's darkness in Florida. That would not. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you call yourself Hounds of Hades, you better be looking like Kerry Von Erich. That's all I'm saying.
Well, at the same time, too, when I think Hounds of Hades, I think that was a nickname that they used for the Shield, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it's very transferable. It's something that I've come up when I wrote a joke recently. I'm like, oh, this seems like a really good joke and really ingenious and really simple. And like, I can't believe nobody's thought of this yet. And I started to think about it more. Like, this is a really good joke. This is really ingenious. This is very simple, very direct. I think this is gonna work. And then I Googled it. Norm Macdonald already tweeted it out. I'm like, no wonder why I think it's a genius. Somebody who's a genius has already come up with it.
Yes,
but I feel like, but at the same time too, I was like, how can I make this structure different? And like, I got to go weirder if I want something like this to work.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do is you got to be so far out of the box right now because everybody's already done everything cool there is.
Yeah.
That's why everything sucks now.
Yeah.
Is because everybody's trying to get to the easiest thing, and then you find out somebody else has did it, and then you don't do it, and then you don't want to do it, and then you just get more and more derivatively like dumber.
Yes.
As opposed to just getting out there and being as strange and unusual. Like it'd be far more interesting to me if they were the Hounds of Mars.
I know.
Hounds of
Me
Mars.
too. Me
you
too.
can book anywhere.
Yeah.
Hounds of Mars.
That's very good. That's a very good point, Bullet. No, and listen, thank you for you said more in 5 minutes, and it took me. I probably should have told Kylie that too, but I get defensive, Bullet. I mean, come on, lady, you don't even know what you're talking about. But I just the whole moral of this, as we get off the air here, is they had to go through what you just said to get that. That message to me, they had to brush all of my Bible verses out of the way.
At no point in time did they ever think that their name would ever be an issue.
I know. That's the point of this whole idiot bag conversation tonight is that they didn't even think that was going to be an issue. And that's what I laughed about it. Bullet wasn't mad. I laughed about it. And of course, since she fired up, then I blocked her. But anyway, so a lot of stuff going on. Thank you for tying all that in, Bullet. Folks, let me tell you, if you cannot afford the WWE Encyclopedia, what you can afford is
the second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com. If you want to know more about what me and George are doing on the weekends, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManning and on Instagram at ManScoutManning. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Good show, Bullet. Thank you, buddy. Happy New Year, Bullet.
You too.
Thank you. Good job, buddy. Good job. Next time I'm just going to send my messages to you, Bullet. Is that okay?
It's quite okay.